Alright, what's up y'all? So, welcome to the free hip and ankle program. Within this program, it's about 20 plus exercises in this. Pretty basic ones, but ones I think that'll help. The more complex ones are on my page. Not even gonna waste time talking, let's get right into it. Alright, so for these right here are walking lunges. Main concept, never come flat at all. Okay, so you wanna stay on the ball of your foot the whole entire time, stabilizing within the core. Alright, so check it out. Ball of the foot. From there, stabilize on the ankle. Ball of the foot. From there, stabilize, 1 to 2 seconds. Alright. Alright, so for these right here are elevated lunges. Alright, so when you lunge, you want to fall on the ball of your foot. And you want to make sure that you catch yourself deep in that lunge. So look at it. Alright y'all, so for this one, what we're doing right here is increasing stabilization, and we're increasing our range of motion in our ankle as well. So what you want to do is, we start regular, right? Push down, push your heel down to the floor as far as you can, okay? From there, explode up. Hold it for 5 to 7 seconds, whatever your ankles can hold, all right? Slowly go down, increase that range of motion, explode up, hold 5 to 7 seconds. So these are elevated toe raises. So for this exercise teaches ankle stabilization and teaches your ankle to stabilize on its own and hold up during movement. All right, so it's great for rehabilitation as well for people who messed up their Achilles or their ankles within a sprain or a break. So this is how it goes. So 2 gathered hops to a jump. All right. For these elevated drop hops. So all it is, we're dropping single-legged, staying on the ball of our foot, and being real reactive to the floor. All these are, you keep the same elastic energy, and you're being reactive to the floor as you pop down and pop back up. Alright, pogo jumps. With this exercise, stay on the ball of your foot, and you want to be reactive as soon as your feet hit the ground, and stay real spring-like and strong on the ball of your foot. Alright? Alright, so these are jumps to ankle stabilization. Main concept, get as high as you can, and then you want to come down on the ball of your foot and stabilize on the ankle. Don't teach yourself to where you come here and then sink into it. You want to come and land and already be in that sink. All right, so foot jump, deep. Foot jump. All right, main concept with this, never let your heels touch the ground, okay? You want to be real reactive and let your ankle absorb the energy and then redirect that force outward, okay? Banded ankle exercises, our main focus is to increase strength and range of motion. All right, so I'm using a heavy band. You want to make sure that you get as far down push and get that downward direction as far as you possibly can. All right, I like to keep everything as slow and controlled as possible. And then the same thing with all directions. So you can tie this up to something like a pole or a bed or something like that, and then you can just go the same way. Everything needs to be equally strengthened in every direction. All right, so for this direction, same concept. I just want to show you guys how you can compensate if you don't have somebody to hold your band for you. So what we doing, getting full direction. Okay? Now we're pushing that direction up. Again, keep it slow and controlled. I want every joint to stabilize and to be working. All right, y'all, so I love this exercise for hip stability. Okay, so what we're doing is we're putting a dynamic movement and forcing our body to stabilize on that hip on its own, okay? Keep the movement real slow so that the core and and the hip and the glutes and everything is stabilizing. So for this exercise, I use this as a warm-up. This is great for hip mobility, hip strengthening. All right, main concept, you want to get your foot up to your hand every single rep. All right? Simple RDL exercise. Please make sure that you're powerfully extended the hip. Okay? If you need something to hold on to for balance, do so. Guys, so for this exercise, you want to make sure that the movement is slow and controlled, okay? So we're going to bring our arms out, no assistance with the ground, and we're here, okay? Keep the core max engaged. You want to make sure that your posture is intact as well. A lot of people's postures are back here, and then that's what's getting them over, but you don't want it to be like that. You want to make sure that your back is straight up and down, okay? And the movement. This exercise, main concept is to increase hip mobility and hip strength, all right, as well as glute and core engagement. So this down leg, we're gonna drive that into the ground to keep the glute max contracted. This leg, we're gonna pull, all right, increase that hip strength, hip mobility. Once you hit max, put your arms out, all right, you wanna make sure that your posture is straight up and down, not bent, trying to compensate for the mobility, all right? You're only gonna get as high as you can. We're gonna hold this for 4 to 5 seconds, and repeat. All right, guys, so this increases hip strength and hip mobility as well, okay? So main concept is that you want to focus on driving the knee that's down into the ground for glute engagement, and then the knee that's up. Everything has to be slow and controlled, okay? Keep your core engaged so that you can have a better knee lift. Everything slow and controlled. All right, use what you can. It doesn't have to be posed. Also, make sure that your posture is upright. All right, a lot of people's postures are bent. Make sure that it's upright so that all the muscles are engaged completely. All right. With these hip circles, make sure that you're getting into a full circle. All right, not a halfway one. So I'm gonna show you, for example, full rotation. All right. Okay, so for the second exercise, make sure that this leg comes to a lift as we bring it around, okay? Keep your core engaged. So it's gonna look like this. All right, guys, so for these 2 active hip mobility exercises, these are to increase exactly what I just said, which is the mobility within your hip. It also strengthens them. So for this first one, we want to make sure that we keep this leg down and we go into as much as open as we can, okay? If it's right there, that's okay. The more you do it, the more it starts to open up, all right? But you don't want to lift this up and then think that you're doing it correct, because that's not correct. All right, keep this leg down and it's coming to an open. All right? 5 hydrants with these. You want to make sure that you get your leg all the way up. All right, not right here, but here. Okay, so here. All right, y'all. So this drill is great for pelvic and hip stabilization as well as hip mobility. All right, so what we're gonna do is come to a glute bridge. Make sure the glutes is max contracted. From there, go to your first level. All right, we're gonna hold for 4 seconds. After the 4 seconds, go to the next level. After that 4 seconds, push max, all right? And from there, make sure that you're always holding that stability on that off leg